Hi everybody and welcome to Let's Cook with Cecile. Don't you love spring? Don't you love everything around spring like little birds color? No, it's all about Mother's Day. Yeah, Mother's Day. So Mother's Day to me needs to be outside where it's springy. So what I thought today was to do something picnicky and springy. So I just come back from France where I got a lot of inspiration. So it's going to be kind of Frenchy but different, because what I like to do is to show you how to give twist to everything you bake and cook, so it's healthier if possible, or just better for you. So today we'll make something nice and green and something nice and pink. When we think picnic, we think something easy to carry and not just regular sandwiches. We want something like a tart, like not a quiche, because a quiche sounds always heavy. I would say a fresh green tart with everything around here, like, you know, mini Brussels sprouts and some herbs and goat cheese, something white and green like that. And of course we need a little sandwich, but not the regular sandwich. We need, I would say, a Victorian sandwich. But in this case, instead of making it traditionally with tons of butter in it, we'll do it with a bit of walnut oil, and I've made in advance, but I'll show you how to do it, this absolutely instant, raw, delicious strawberry jam that you don't need to cook, you don't need to overload with sugar. So this is so exciting. I'm going to show you everything. But first we have to bake the genoise that will serve as the base of our Victorian sandwich. Instead of doing a traditional sponge with butter and everything, we'll do that. So I think I already show you how to make the genoise, but we never know. And this one I make a little twist. See, I'm going to show you my genoise twist. Instead of making it on a double boiler, the way it should be, I'm going to just separate. If you don't know how to separate eggs, ask someone. No, really, it's time to know how to separate eggs. We'll put our egg whites in there. Alors, of course, this is very easy to make with gluten-free flour, by the way. Any gluten-free mix that you can find in here works. I tried it. My kids never had a clue. Usually they're always careful. They always ask, is it gluten-free? I said, what? Gluten-free? Why? Because they know I try to give them some gluten-free stuff and not telling them. They feel cheated. I don't know why. Anyway, this one can be made exactly the way you want. I even did it with spelt flour, and it works very well. So now, alors, it's going to be noisy. Sorry, we have to whisk the egg whites. So nothing to do right now. We'll come back when it's ready because it's kind of noisy. I'll show you the next. Look at that. So now the yolks. No, wait. No sugar. This is, by the way, it's coconut sugar, because I like coconut sugar, but any type of sugar will work. Okay. And then milk. And that's it. Almost. It's almost it. Okay. Here. You don't want to continue beating too much after you add the yolks. You prefer it to be not completely incorporated. But what we want now is to perfume it. So, you know, I like a little variation, like making it spicy for a change with a little bit of cinnamon and orange essential oil, because it goes so well with strawberries, and a tiny bit of walnut oil. And from here, we add sifted flour. It has to be sifted because we won't stir it. We'll just, you know, incorporate it very lightly like that. See, it was not difficult at all. At all. Hyper easy and hyper fragrant. Also, the good thing with cinnamon is it helps you to keep your iron in. If you are a girl, if your mother is like me in the middle of menopause, she needs to keep a lot of iron in it. So I'm doing that for them too. Think walnut and think cinnamon. Okay, see, it's done, it's finished. Now we just have to get some little pretty molds. Like that. And what do I have in here? I have extra little things. And I have the easy part. Look at that. Voila. I love doing that. It's the noise of the spoon in the dough, and I don't know. It's a bliss to do that. Okay. Sometimes baking is so sexy. Here we go. See, how long did it take me to do that? Nothing. Okay. Everything you can do to add crunchiness and nourishment. This is chopped pecans. So we have chopped pecans on one side for the tops and nothing on the other one for the base. Remember, it's sandwiches. Right. Okay. Okay, so now all of that goes in the oven. Finished. Hyper quick. So now, I have to, I'm gonna show you, before I forget. Okay. Next, the jam. Another kind of noisy thing to do. I love that idea of making raw jam. What I don't like in regular jam is all that sugar. And here, no sugar, just strawberries. Oopla. Strawberries, orange juice, or it can be lemon juice. Look at that. Okay. Chia seeds. Hopla. And really, really, if you like it sweet, a little bit of maple syrup. Not too much. That's it. It's gonna be noisy. Be careful. Ta-da! And your jam is ready. Isn't it great? No sugar whatsoever in there. All the vitamins, everything. It smells so good. What you have to do is just keep that in the fridge for the whole night and then you can use it. Better than anything a jam can do for you. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it in the fridge and show you the one I've made yesterday. Look at that. We'll use it for our little sandwiches. Now, I have to do a little bit of cleanup So we get ready to make our little green tart, and I come back right away. And we are ready for the tart. I'll show you the cakes later. We'll take care of the cakes. But now the tart is very important. It's the plat principal, the pièce de résistance. Very easy. Please don't go buy a quiche somewhere. Make it. Now this is spelt flour because it's just more interesting nutritionally than regular white flour. We add a little bit of salt to it, and we add butter, nice and cold, and that's it. So why bother with la? Ready. Well, of course, you could do it with your little fingers and everything, but why making it more complicated when you can have it so simple? The good thing with the machine is it doesn't soften the butter. It doesn't, you don't have hot fingers in there. Well, I don't know how hot you are, but mine are kind of, so I don't have cold fingers at all. And if I do it with my fingers, it's going to melt everything. And what you want is keep the butter nice and cold and have it, just running as sand in your flour, with your flour. So this is what happens in here. And you don't want it to be over mixed up, over everything. Never do over. Over is not as good as good. Okay? Too much is the enemy of good. Voilà. So now what you see is little bits of butter still there. We'll just bring everything together with a little bit of water. And then it makes a dough. And we are done. Hopla. Finished. Isn't it so horribly difficult? This is what I say each time. It is horribly difficult. Voilà. Alors, up, you have your dough right there. And what we need to do now, bon, you could chill it, but why chilling it when it's supposed to be still nice and cold? Just add a little bit of flour in there. Just make a nice little bowl. And we are ready to roll it. The good thing when you make your own like that is you can really choose what you put in it. I would never buy one. Just, well, not only because mine is better, but because I have my organic butter in there. I have my organic spelt flour. And I don't see where I could get that anywhere if I wanted to buy one. So why bother? And it's so easy. And on top of it, if you want to make something for your mom, it's much better to make it yourself. There is love in there. And nothing can replace it. Voilà. See how easy. Hop. Voilà. Alors, of course, you can always help yourself with a little mat. But no need here. The dough is easy to carry. Up. See? Et voilà. You just have to put it in there. Very simple. And remember, you don't need to make it hyper perfect. Perfection sometimes is the enemy of, this is what I told you, better is the enemy of good most of the time. Don't be scared of making it looking like you did it. This is what's gonna make it charming, that you did it. Voilà. Okay, so now the important part. Well, if you want, you can make it slightly thicker on the side. I like thin pastry. If you like thick pastry, go ahead with thick pastry. Alors, what you need is to prick the bottom so it doesn't puff. And here, voila. We have these little Brussels sprouts that I've rinsed. Okay. No need to blanch them or anything like that. I make sure that I don't take any water in there, because once you wet them, there is still some. Okay. Voila. Look at how cute they are. Very cute little Brussels sprouts. Now you can do whatever you like, actually. But, alors, what I chose is, well, that is very French. We have some Gruyere cheese in here. We put Gruyere everywhere when we make tarts. Voilà, Gruyere. What I have in here is, well, of course, in France we don't have the same goat, but at least we can use that. Voilà, a nice little, not too fresh because it has no taste. I like this kind of slightly ripened goat. That is nice and fatty, a little bit. I think the fresh one is not fat enough, I would say. What is good in the tart is when it melts, it makes lumps. It makes tasty lumps. You want the tasty lumps. You don't want just something that stays there, like chalk. Okay. Voila. And from there, you choose. I like coriander. So I'm gonna add coriander. That's it. Very easy. Let's take it from the Asians. They do everything with scissors, like that. Something nice and green. Voila. And then we have to bind everything together. And for that, we need just a few eggs. Hop. Some salt. You can add whatever you like, pepper, nutmeg. Okay. Voila. A touch of milk. What I love is a little bit of garlic. For the garlic, do I have a, yeah, I think, okay. And you crush it a little bit like that. Et voilà. Là. Let's take that in the oven. And we'll come back in about 35 minutes when that is ready to eat, and when our little cakes are nice and cold, and we'll finish everything up. Don't they look cute? See, alors these are my fake Victoria sandwich. I call them fake because actually there is no butter whatsoever in there, but it's full of flavor. And that jam is not cooked. And theoretically, you know, in Victoria sandwich, you can either put, I've seen everything, whipped cream or buttercream. But here we're gonna do even something else, you know, something completely different. We're gonna do a mascarpone whipped cream. Have you ever heard about that? I've seen that in so many recipes while I was in France. I thought, okay, we have to try that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. So as I heard, you have to whip the mascarpone with the cream. Be careful, it's gonna be loud. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of orange essential oil just because I like it. I'm in the orange mood, I don't know why, and it goes so well with strawberries actually. A tiny bit of powdered sugar. And then, voila. Look at that. I think I could even add a little bit more cream. Let's see. It looks, it's incredible. It's amazing. It looks like an instant buttercream. It's amazing. It's amazing. Incredible. Look at that. Alors, see, but I didn't know it would be as quick as that to make these little sandwiches. It's amazing. So here we go. Voila. Alors, the thing is to make it hold it like that. Up. Like that. You can even put a little bit more if you want. Look, we're gonna do that actually. Hop là. Hop là. Isn't it funny? Little sandwiches. See, no need to bother with bags and stuff like that, just like that. Up. And then, of course, since it's for a picnic, we carry everything like that. And then we are ready with our little jam when we want to eat that. And you know, I think we can choose to eat it the way we want, with that or without, or cut or half or whatever. We can even open that, add a little bit of jam, and close it back. Voila, like that. Okay. But of course, the pièce de résistance is there. And I know that the guys in here can't wait to try it. Look at that tart. I love when the herb is crunchy on top. Look at that. And it's so fragrant. I wish the image could smell something. You would smell this. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? With the little Brussels sprouts cut in half, it's still steaming. And you have the crunchiness of the cilantro on top, the crunchiness of the cheese. I'm gonna, I need to have George try that. George, you should come and try that. I'm gonna cut some more. I hope he's gonna try. Look at that. So of course, when you carry that for a picnic, you don't need to bother with having it.
Hello. How are you?
Look at that. I know you love Brussels sprouts. Alors, you don't need to bother with fingers. I mean, not forks, but you just have to bother with your fingers.
Okay.
You just do that. No, just because it's still hot. So you just slide it.
Okay.
Huh?
Delicious. It's hot, folks.
It's hot.
So tell us, if people want to learn how to make this recipe, you have a website. What's your website?
Yeah, it's naturalbalanceclub.com, and I'll take all the ingredients and measurements and everything on it. And no need to worry. Anyway, it is hyper simple. But I wanted you to try that. To tell
Now,
me.
what is this? What do you call this?
It's Victoria sandwiches, but revisited.
Victoria sandwiches revisited.
Yeah, tiens, try that. I know.
Is it low carb?
Yeah, because no, but there is coconut sugar in it, and there is no sugar in the jam, because
It's
the jam is
delicious.
raw. It's full of vitamins, and that is not even. Yeah, you can add more. You can go ahead.
This is really good.
And how quickly I've done that, I cannot even believe how quickly I've done that, and how quickly it's going to be eaten. I know it. Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah, try it, huh?
we're going to take care of this food for you.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. I know some guys are going to take care of that for you, but you'd better try it soon. And don't forget to make it for your mom. She's going to be amazed, and it's going to be not only delicious, but elegant and full of vitamins, full of nutriments. Good for her, actually. She won't be guilty eating it.
Good
So
and good
try
for
it.
you.
Exactly.
For mom.
Exactly. So see you next time on Let's Cook with Cecile.
And make sure you check out all her shows at ActonTV.org.
Exactly. Salut.
Bye, guys.
Bon, alors là, il faut l'essayer. Ça, c'est-